What if the most natural thing on earth was manufactured? Growing babies in artificial wombs, and are we playing God or destroying humanity? The following is scripted word for word by Jeffrey Henderson, based on his personal research to ensure authenticity. Welcome to Innocent Love, our YouTube channel completely focused on God. Today we delve into part 6 of our series, The Danger of AI. Our topic today is ectogenesis, the process of growing babies entirely within artificial environments. Throughout history, humanity has tried to reach the heavens on its own terms, but at what cost to our souls? As machines begin to replace the most sacred bonds of motherhood, we must ask if we are losing our very essence. The implications of this technology reach far beyond medicine. They touch the very fabric of creation itself. Join the conversation on our Facebook page, Jeffrey and Cherry. Let us seek the truth together. One day I was just casually scrolling on Facebook, not expecting much, and I came across these images that stopped me dead in my tracks. It showed a synthetic plastic womb with a living baby growing inside it, submerged in artificial fluid, hooked up to tubes and cold sensors. I literally said out loud, "What in the world are we doing?" My heart just sank. It felt so deeply wrong, like a cold, dead machine was trying to usurp the throne of the Almighty and take over what God beautifully and uniquely designed a mother's body to do. The Bible tells us in Psalm 139 that God knit us together in our mother's womb. Think about that word knit. It implies an intimate, intentional, and divine craftsmanship. It isn't a mechanical assembly line, it's a miracle. But man thinks he can do it better. The whole concept actually goes back further than you might think. A scientist named J.B.S. Haldane first coined the term ectogenesis back in 1923. Since then, the laboratory work has only intensified. In 1996, researchers at Juntendo University in Japan kept goat fetuses alive in an artificial system for several weeks. Then, in 2017, scientists at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia created the biobag and successfully grew premature lamb fetuses for up to 4 weeks. Now, similar research is spreading like wildfire in Australia, Spain, and the Netherlands. They are moving from animals to humans, and they are doing it rapidly. Now, the world will tell you this technology is just meant to save extremely premature babies. On the surface, that sounds compassionate, doesn't it? But we have to look deeper. We have to look with spiritual eyes. Deep in my spirit, this bothers me because it's the Trojan horse for a much darker agenda. God told Eve in the garden, "In pain you shall bring forth children." This wasn't just a punishment, it was a part of the fallen human experience that draws us closer to the reality of sacrifice and the miracle of life. Yet many people today want the blessing without the sacrifice. They want to have children without the swollen feet, the weight gain, the morning sickness, or the physical toll of carrying a child for 9 months. They want the product, the baby, but they reject the process that God ordained. They are trying to edit God's decree because they find it inconvenient. For me, this is the ultimate act of humans trying to play God. It is the exact same spirit we saw at the Tower of Babel. In Genesis, man said, "Let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves." They wanted to reach heaven on their own terms through their own technology instead of following God's plan. Scripture warns us about this kind of staggering pride. In Romans chapter 1, it says, "People exchange the truth of God for a lie and worship created things, their own inventions, their own silicon and plastic instead of the Creator himself." The part that breaks my heart the most is thinking about the child. Imagine that child growing up and realizing their mother was a circuit board and a plastic bag. It reminds me of Aloy from the PlayStation game Horizon Zero Dawn, a character literally born from a machine, a motherless child searching for an identity that was stolen from her before she was even born. There is a sacred, mystical, and biological bond that forms when a baby grows inside its mother. The baby hears the mother's heartbeat, it feels her movements, it shares her very blood. That connection is a shadow of our connection to God, our Father. You cannot replace that divine connection with plastic and synthetic fluid in a laboratory. That child is going to be missing a piece of their soul, something so deep, so precious, and so vital to the human experience that science can never replicate it. This isn't just about saving lives. This is a total rejection of God's divine order. It is an attempt to bypass the very design and even the consequences He set in place after the fall. We are telling the Creator that His design is flawed, that His natural way is obsolete, and that we have surpassed Him. The further we go with these kinds of technological advancements without God at the center, the more rebellious, cold, and evil we become as a society. We are turning the miracle of life into a manufacturing project. It truly breaks my heart because I believe with everything in me that God hates this kind of tampering with His creation. We are living in an increasingly wicked world, and this artificial womb is just one more bold, arrogant sign of how far we have fallen from the grace of God. We are trading our humanity for a motherboard, and the cost will be our very souls. If this message touched your heart today, please do me a favor. Share this video with as many people as you can. We need to wake people up to what is happening in the shadows of these labs. Like the video and leave a comment below. I want to hear your heart on this. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the rest of this series, and come join us on our Facebook page, Jeffrey and Cherry, where we talk about these things more deeply. God bless you all. I love you more than words can say, and I'll see you next week for part 7. Peace out.